Hello everyone, this is the lesson recording for IM2 November 19th, 2020. So first thing we did, actually we did this at the end, was that we did the Unit 5 test. It was an open notebook test. If you missed it because you were absent, you need to contact me as soon as possible to make up the test. We did a very short mini lesson on diamond problems. Many of you have seen these problems before or this kind of problems before, but just to refresh your memory, we are doing the diamond problems. So here, it's like a puzzle. You're given two numbers. There is number 1 here. There is a number 2 here. The top number that goes up at the top is always the multiplication of this number 1 and number 2. Whatever you and then the bottom number is the sum of, or you add the number 1 and number 2 to get that. Okay, so multiply to get the top number and you add to get this bottom number. So that means that 18, to get the top number, we're going to multiply the first number and the second number here. So 18 times 2, what is that? That's going to be 36. Okay, for the bottom number, it's going to be 18 plus 2. Remember, the bottom number is sum of, the top number is the multiplication of. So I actually like to put the multiplication or that sign and addition sign at the bottom just so to remind me what the rule is. 18 plus 2 is 20. So this will be my diamond problem solved for the first one. Okay, so that's the general pattern. Okay, so the pattern is you are given a number A, another number B. The top box is you're multiplying the A and B together to get the top number. The bottom number is going to be sum of A plus B. So you add the A and B together. So if you're given this, I want you to tell me in private chat, or you can't do it right now, but I want you to be able to tell me what number should go here, what number should go here. Okay, well, 3 times 5 is 15. So the 15 is at the top. 3 plus 5 is 8. So it should be 8 at the bottom. Okay, what about this? The top number is the multiplication of these two. The bottom number is the sum of these two. You add them up. Okay, so what's the answer? Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. And negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. What about the third problem? Okay, so the top number is multiplication of these two numbers. 0 times 9 is just 0, and 0 plus 9 is 9. Okay, so don't get scared just because you see a 0. 0 is just another number, but it does have some special properties. Okay, more problems. Okay, it's getting a little bit more tricky now. All right, this time we are told the top number and one of the numbers, but we do not know the second number. Okay, so in order to figure out the addition, we need to figure out the second number first. So we're asking what number times 7 is going to be equal to 21. This has to be, so this you will do 21 divided by 7 is equal to 3. And then once you figure out the second number, you just simply add 7 plus 3 to get the bottom number, which is 10. What about this problem? Okay, this time you know one of the number and the sum of the two numbers. Okay, that means 3 plus some number is equal to 7. So what does this number, second number, have to be? This has to be 4. Okay, if that is so, then what is the top number going to be? 3 times 4 is 12, so it has to be 12. Third problem, this is getting a little bit more tricky now. This time, you're only told the multiplication of the two numbers and the sum of those two numbers. So how would I go about this? Well, this is a little bit more complicated, so you actually need to be thinking about factors. So the first thing is you pick this number, number 4. We're dealing with number 4, and we're looking for factors of 4. What are the factors of 4? Could be 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4 too. Okay, so it's the combination of 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. Okay, but now we need, out of this, we need to be looking for the combination that add to 5. So 1 plus 4 is 5, but 2 plus 2 is 4. So we know that the right combination is this one because they add 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, which is what we have here. So then we know that this has to be 1 and 4. Okay, so I want you to try to do more problems like this. Okay, so this time we're given 16 at the top. That's the multiplication of the two numbers. And the bottom number is the sum of the two numbers. And see if you can figure out the numbers. Okay, to do that again, we're looking at 16 first. And we're looking for factors of 16 that's going to add to 8. Okay, so what are the factors of 16? It's 1 and 16, 2 and 8. 3 does not divide evenly, 4 and 4. And once you've gotten to 4 times 4, once you get the same number on both sides, or one, then the next number, it will be 8 times 2. You do not have to go further than this. We don't even have to go here. We can just stop at 4 times 4. Now we're looking for what are the factors, two numbers combination that's going to add to 8. Well, 1 plus 16 is 17. So that's no good. 2 plus 8 is 10. So that's no good. 4 plus 4 is 8. So our numbers are 4 and 8, 4. Okay, what about E? Try to do this too. Please pause the video and do the problem yourself. Again, you're looking for 14, the factors of 14 that would add to negative 3. Okay, let's just think of the factors of 14. That's 1 and 14, and 2 and 7. And then 7 and 2, and 14 and 1. But we do not have to do that. Okay, now this time we need to add to negative 9. If I add just as it is, they're going to be both positive. This is going to be, what is the sum? This is going to be, sum is going to be 1 plus 14 is 15, and 2 plus 7 is 9. But we don't want 15. We certainly don't want 15, and we don't want 9. We actually want negative 9. Okay, so what do we need to do to get negative 9 as the sum? Well, I know that 1 times 14 is 14, but we also know that if this was both negative, negative, then we could have the sum as negative 9, right? So it's negative 2 times negative 7 would work to give negative 9. The positive 2, positive 7 will give positive 9. Positive 9 is different to negative 9. So the final answer, this has to be negative 2 and negative 7, or negative 7 and negative 2. It does not matter because order does not matter in addition and multiplication by commutative property. Okay, what about this problem? Okay, so this time the factor is the when you multiply the two numbers, you're going to get negative 25. Okay, so all right, so for now, let's just think of it as positive now, okay? And if it was just positive, it will be one number will be 1, and 25 is 25. And the second number will be 5 times 5. And then 25 to 1. So there are no other factors here, okay? So, but we want the multiplication. Okay, we want the multiplication of these two numbers to be negative, right? That means if we need one of these numbers to be negative, because 1 times 25 is positive 25, but if this was negative, say negative 1 here, or negative 1 times 25 would be negative, or 1 times negative 25 would be negative. So either would work, but obviously they would not add to 0. Okay, negative 1 plus 25 is 24. 1 plus negative 25 would be negative 25. What about this? I know that one of them has to be negative, and it doesn't matter since they are both same number. So that means negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. So this is the combination. It's negative 5 and 5. Okay? And we put it in there. Great. That's it for today. And the homework is a very short, well, it's one page diamond problem worksheet. And it should really take you 10 minutes or 15 minutes at most, which you can get started when you finish your test so that you do not have any homework over the Thanksgiving. And I wish you and your family great Thanksgiving. And I look forward to seeing you back after a good break. Thank you. Bye bye.